probably going to be the most tedious of times for the fertility treatment. But maybe I'm speaking too soon. Today's Legwork Day, aka filling out 40 pages of donor risk assessment questionnaire. I have to call these two doctors and find out which of them is better for my insurance, cheaper, and do a mental screening, telehealth with them. And that is the name of the people I call at the office in case I need help. And then I have to call this counseling group to do reproductive mental health screening as well, because I have to do it 2 different ways for some reason. But whatever. Hey, these numbers unfortunately do not line up. I thought maybe they were the same number, but they are not. I gotta call 3 people for mental health. I gotta call 2 doctors for high-risk pregnancy. So basically, because they don't know if I'm high-risk and I don't know if I can carry it, and I don't know if I want to carry a baby, I have to basically go through the process like I'm donating my eggs instead. Because if it was going back into my body, it'd be fine. It's my tissue. But because it's my tissue going into someone else's body, combining with a different person's tissue to be holding a child, basically, you have to go through it like donor ways. That way, in case you have any STDs or anything that a body that is not used to wherever you grew up, like culturally, or like the 80s, he had said, there was mad cow disease. So if you were like in England in the 1980s, you wouldn't be able to be a donor for people unless they were also in that location or something like that. It's like there's exclusivities for certain things, like HIV is a no-go, but like hepatitis B, it's okay as long as the person who is surrogating the egg is either okay with the risk or has got the same kind of situation going on. So it's really confusing, but either way, we gotta call 2 doctors for high-risk pregnancy to know if I'm high-risk and, if I can have that baby, because I'm still gonna do the donor screening pages, but it gives me more options maybe, or potentially in the future. Then I gotta call the 3 mental health doctors, and then I gotta do this donor risk assessment questionnaire. And then on top of it, I have to call my insurance, because I have not called my insurance since the last hospital, and I need to see how much of this is covered, and I need to call for my therapy anyway, because I'm getting new therapy, and I need to know how much is covered by our insurance. And, I'm 25. I'm not going to have my mommy's insurance when I turn 26, so time to get this, my dental, and my mental health all in check. Right before I lose my mother's insurance, just because that's the smartest thing to do. Hate to say it. Sorry, Mommy, but it's smart. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna be the one footing the bill. So you're not gonna have to worry about it. The copay is between all of us anyway. She's not gonna have to foot that. But let's get started. I think I'm gonna start with calling insurance because I'm so high anxiety about it, and I'll call the doctors and all that stuff after. Yeah. Gotta get all the calling done first, and then we can do the questionnaire. Because the questionnaire is only dependent on me. It's not dependent on, doctor's offices and stuff. So let's get calling. Okay, y'all. So I actually just got off the phone with the insurance company. It took a couple minutes. Like, I'm not even talking like 10. Like, I was off the phone max within 7 minutes. And my mom and I talked about what I needed to ask, because I was like, it's your insurance. I don't know how to approach this. I bet they. And she basically was like, okay, well, just write down what you want to ask about before calling so you don't get frazzled. And then I just kind of wrote out my question. I was like, okay, I'm looking into doing this because of my pre-existing condition, and I'm wondering how much of that would be covered. And then I just read that verbatim twice with the blanks filled in with fertility and therapy. And so I'm going to start with therapy. So basically, 20% of it, the coverage cost is not covered. 80% of it is after deductible. And for fertility, which, going from 0% coverage to anything is a plus. I found out that it is 80% covered and 20% is pay, and then we owe a deductible of X amount. So obviously I'm going to be the first person to cover that amount of money in a medical bill or something probably for the year, and I'm going to pay the deductible, and then I'm going to have to pay the remaining 20% after the deductible, and then the 80% is covered, and then the remaining 20. So realistically, I'm looking at a lot less than I expected per procedure. This doesn't mean I'm going to go through with more than one procedure, but it makes me feel like one procedure is actually not as destructive to my regular life. It is destructive in a sense, like it's still a lot of money, but I don't see it making as huge and as long as a dent as it would have. You know, does that make sense? Things you pay for, they sometimes haunt you for years, and I don't think this is gonna haunt me as long as I was expecting now. So, that was good news. Very happy about that. It's not 100%, but 80% is way better than 0, and it was a relief to hear. I was very happy with that news, and now let's continue on to the next thing. Okay, y'all, so I tried calling some doctors and it did not go well. So basically, I tried starting with the high-risk pregnancy doctor because I feel like that's an appointment I need to get out of the way. I do need to get the telehealth medical screening done too, but I feel like a telehealth is better than, or easier to make than an actual in-person appointment. So I wanted to get that out of the way too, and my hair is bothering the crap out of me. My scar has been swelling, and it's not fun. I hate the storms lately. Ugh, like I had to take everything out and just deconstruct for a second. Like I legit, after calling insurance and everything, I was like, I need a nap mentally. And I was like, I gotta call the doctor. So I just was like, okay, what do I do to like wake myself up in some sense? I just deconstructed everything and like kind of like bare minimum aesthetic, right? But I gotta call these at least one doctor here, one doctor for high risk, one doctor for mental health screening, and one doctor for this mental health counseling group. And I called the high risk people, and they're like, oh, you need a referral. And as I was on the phone with them, Island Fertility was calling me. And basically, they were like, oh, you need a referral, so call them and get a referral, and then you can call us back. And I was like, great! And so I called them. They didn't answer. They were calling to make an appointment for anesthesiology because I need an anesthesiology clearance because I haven't had surgery in so long. And I need to make sure that my body can handle it. So many things. More things that I totally forgot about that one day. After the op. I totally forgot he mentioned it, and now it's like blooming in my head. I'm like, I don't want to get cleared for anesthesiology. Like, what if I'm not okay? But, so yeah, so I have to make an appointment for that. I'm waiting for them to call me back because their office closes at 2. It's 1:30. So I'm going to have them call me back, have them, when they call me back, set up the appointment, then send the referral over to the high-risk doctor, and then ask them if I need referrals to these two, because if I need referrals to these two, I may as well get them while I'm on the phone. And if I need to specifically talk to the 2 that was put on this list, like, if you have any questions, talk to them. But that was with the donor screening thing. So, let's just wait it out, I guess. I'm gonna chew my nails off. Okay, y'all. Slight outfit change because I have a stream. But, I called, and, they called at exactly 2 o'clock. Not they called. I called before. And basically, at exactly 2 o'clock, they called and answered and said, oh, we'll send you the referral to your right portal thing. And I was like, can you just fax them? Because I can never find this. And then I gave her the fax number, and then I asked her about the referral for the mental health stuff that I'm going to call next. And she said that I don't need that, and that's great, and we can move forward. And then I asked about the anesthesiology, and then she said that they're going to clear it and then get back to me. So I guess they called, and then they had to run some things through clearance, and then make the appointment. appointment, so they probably called a little early, which is fine, because now at least I know it's coming, and I'm really nervous. I'm just really nervous. There's a lot of legwork, and we still got this 40 pages of donor stuff to get through. This is literally the last thing I'm doing, because I feel like the important thing is... I didn't just drop a lot of stuff, it's fine. Instead, you just caused all these problems. We're a mess. Can you tell? But either way, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, it was really easy to make the appointment, but unfortunately, I did not get the doctors my fertility doctor suggested. I got a different doctor who can see me earlier and actually within this month. But it's just the same day as my rescheduled gynecology appointment. So we're going to be very busy. And it's literally, they're both in the morning. And the high-risk pregnancy doctor, for some reason, they only do appointments between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Like, those are the only two windows they have. So we have to do this early. And it is a woman, so I feel like maybe there's going to be a difference, but I honestly don't know if there's a difference between male high-risk pregnancy and female high-risk pregnancy. I know there's a difference with gynecology for me, because I feel like therapy-wise, gynecology-wise, like there's some things that you bring up with a male doctor that just doesn't completely connect. I've also had therapy and had a male therapist and them just go, oh, well, isn't your time of the month? And I'm like, that's not due to everything. Stupids. So, I don't know, but either way, I didn't get the doctor that was recommended, even though I was trying. Dr. Gary was not available at all, and the other doctor wasn't available until September 16th, and I'm just here like, I can't do that. They want to do it this month, if anything. They want to do it with the next cycle, and that's the end of the month. And I'm just here like, I can't. I was like, is there anything earlier? And she's like, well, we have this other doctor who I saw on the webpage. And I was like, okay, same thing, same criteria. And she's like, they're available, like the 13th of this month. And I was like, okay, let's do that. And then I had to choose the 9 a.m. time slot. Yeah. So basically, we have that appointment set up, despite not getting the doctors that were necessary. I'm gonna call these. If I can't get the one, then I'm calling the other. And then if I can't get either, I don't know what we're gonna do. And then I'm gonna call this. This looks like a counseling group. There's a lot of therapy that goes into this, and I already am on my own trying to reach out to therapy for them. There's a lot. Okay. Anyway, I'll check in after calling all the mental health stuff. It's another rating game. Basically, I realized this and the two doctors on here are the same thing, and I don't need two health evaluations. I just thought because the doctor told me one health evaluation and the nurse gave me another post-it note with two other health evaluators, I'd have to do it twice. And I thought maybe one was like during the process and one was like the initial evaluation, not just like this initial evaluation. So I did some research on the card, and then I did some research on the doctors, and I found out that they actually are in the office of where this card is. So then I just called the number for the doctor that I wanted, because I did some comparisons on the other doctor, and the other doctor primarily works with the other hospital that I was going to freeze my eggs with. So because of that, I just wanted to stay away from them as much as possible due to insurance reasons, because they don't take my insurance as much as the hospital I'm working with now. So I called the other doctor, and they're going to basically reach out by email. They have my number, my email, my name, and they're going to set up a telehealth. And yeah, it was pretty easy. I definitely held it off more than necessary, but hey, I hold everything off when I'm scared. Don't do that. Don't do that, just do it. Don't do it. I tried to stop doing it, but it's not working. Either way, the last thing we have to do. 40 pages of donor screening paperwork. It'll be easy. Mostly because, from what I know, we don't really carry anything. I mean, I have high cholesterol in the LDL section due to my genetics, and we have, I think, diabetes on my bio-dad's side. So I honestly think it won't be that hard. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's get to it. Okay, y'all, we finished the 40 pages of the donor risk assessment questionnaire. There's a lot. It asked about, demographics, basic information, personal health history. Like, let me just trim it for you. Yeah, personal health history is like 5 pages, Jesus. Oh my goodness. I did not know that it was this much. They asked about my tattoos, my piercings, where they were, sexual contraceptive history, sexual history, reproductive history, asked about if I've been pregnant and all that stuff, cancers, diseases, our family history, a lot of really important information. I mean, I knew I was going to have to do all of this because I've been told that when I go looking, that I'll be looking for this kind of stuff, and this is all information as someone who is looking to get a donation, whether it be sperm or egg, is looking for. They want all this information. Sight, sound, smell, like our senses. Oh my god, they even ask about acne. Yeah, I totally forgot they asked about acne. Drug abuse, genetic history, and then there's the addendum, which of course is like agreeing to everything. And a lot of it repeated itself, honestly, which I get makes sense. Glossary of inherited diseases, which was basically explaining to me all of these diseases and how, their definitions and, how to, understand what you're, inheriting and what you're going to pass on to your children or your donation eggs or whatever. And that was basically it. So it gave me a glossary at the end of it, which I did not know during, because there were some things I was like, what is this? And then I got to the end and I was like, oh, okay, thank you, could have told me that. Hey, see page 38 for the glossary or something, but no, didn't tell me anything. Oh well. Either way, that is it. That is it for this legwork of fertility. It has been so much. I've been doing a lot, but we're going to get everything done, and everything is going to go hopefully smoothly, and we can get through this process because I don't have a lot of time left, and I feel like if things don't happen back to back, if it takes a month for something to happen, then I'm going to be infertile. So I'm very, very, very concerned that will happen. And, we're doing everything in my power to make sure that doesn't happen. If something goes wrong time-wise, it's going to be due to medical appointments and stuff like that, not because I didn't put the effort in. At least, I hope so. But I hope you enjoyed this update, and I hope you, have an amazing day. Just stay beautiful, stay positive. I want to say thank you to all the people who have supported the GoFundMe and the YouTube members and the patrons that support me, because all of that is going to help me with my fertility. And I hope at the end of the day, patrons, you enjoy your Fitclusion benefits and enjoy your 2 weeks. And members, I hope you enjoy your 1 week and, your bonus videos and stuff. And for the people in the GoFundMe, I can't thank you enough for your support, your love, and whether you've sent me just a little message or if you've sent me actual donations, I can't tell you how much it's helped because the bills are piling up and it's not pretty. And, I'm really hopeful that I can get what I need to get done. At least if I don't end up being fertile enough to continue this process, at least find closure within it, So we'll see. We will see. Until then, have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. Stay positive. Bye!